Well, the future of food in Hawaii.
Local farmers are teaming up with some of the state's top chefs as part of this growing effort and this movement to make Hawaii more independent when it comes to the food we actually eat. KITV4's Jill Kuramoto joins us live from Leeward Community College with more on this. Jill, good morning.
Good morning, Kenny and Mahea. Yeah, you know, we are one of the most geographically isolated communities, and we're heavily dependent on imported food and fuel. Now, get this, roughly 85% of the food that we consume in this state is imported, which makes us highly vulnerable to any kind of crisis. So that disaster in Japan, the rising fuel costs, just highlight the fact that we need to be more food independent. And one of the moderators for today's important food forum is Chuck Furuya. He's a master sommelier, and he woke up really early. Thanks for coming in this morning to talk to us.
Thank you.
Tell us about how unprecedented this event is. Why is this so incredible?
Well, you know, this today commemorates 20 years of the Hawaii Regional Cuisine Movement, HRC. You know, and it was, that whole HRC thing was 12 chefs. Alan Wong, Roy, Mavro, et cetera, yeah.
These guys right here.
These guys right here. And because it was 12 chefs on all the islands, Jill, it was a movement. It changed Hawaii. It created camaraderie-ness, it created synergy, it changed Hawaii. That's what today is about. There's going to be 50-something chefs here. There's going to be 40-something farmers here. You know, hopefully we can create synergy, create energy together, you know, and change things. Make a change. Make a difference today. That's our goal.
Right. And we're looking at the future generation of chefs right behind us, right? But tell me about why this push for food independence? I mean, obviously we know why. We need to be a lot more independent. 85% of what we eat is imported. That's crazy.
That's crazy, Jill. And, you know, Alan Wong has all these figures, but, you know, according to his reports, we spend $3.5 billion a year importing food. So what Alan is saying, as he'll say on a panel today, is that if we can convince the public, if we can convince Hawaii to buy 10% more local, that would mean $300 million to our state economy. That would mean 2,200 jobs, et cetera, et cetera. And then you bring up a good point. If we get a hurricane, if we got hit by that tsunami, we have less than 2 weeks' supply of food. If we keep fishing the way we're fishing, by 2040, 2045, we're going to be fished out. You know, with the price of gas rising, you know, they say in 2 years up to $6. Can you imagine what that's going to mean to the cost of food for the average person? We got to start looking at ways of farming, being sustainable, and therefore work out the kinks so we can make it less and less costly to do so that the person doesn't get affected so much in the wallet, you know?
And so that's what's going to be happening today, is coming up with answers to those questions, right?
Right, so everybody has their own stories. Okay, that's great. That's really interesting. Thank you. But before we leave today, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? How can we move the needle 1%, 5%, 10%? That's what today's about.
All right, Chuck. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe.
So again, that food forum is here at Leeward Community College. It starts at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's open to the general public with an admission fee, $20. And for last-minute registration, 455-0300 is the phone number. Back to you guys. Some important topics going on this morning.
And Joe, really quickly, is Chuck Furuya going to bring any of his famous wines?
I don't know, Chuck. Are you serving any of your famous wine at today's food forum?
They told me no whining today. My whining.
Nice. Very clever.
Thanks. All right.
Jill, thank you so much, and we'll check back with you later in the show.
And you love local food, don't you, Kenny?
I love those Kamuela tomatoes. Those are delicious.
Sounds great.